Hey besties! Okay, so, for over 100 years, we thought we understood why the Titanic sank. Too few lifeboats, captain going too fast, human error, simple. Except, new discoveries are now suggesting something way stranger, and honestly, it changes the entire story. Because the Titanic might not have sunk mainly because of bad decisions, but because of an invisible optical illusion in the atmosphere. Yeah, actual physics. And what scientists discovered recently is genuinely creepy, so let's go back to April 14th, 1912, it's almost midnight. The ocean is completely calm, no wind, no waves. The sky is so clear that passengers could literally read their watches under the stars. It should have been the perfect night to spot an iceberg, but instead, the crew only saw it about 37 seconds before impact. For over a century, people blamed the lookout crew, especially because they didn't have binoculars. But new research suggests binoculars wouldn't have helped at all, because the iceberg may have been physically hidden by a rare atmospheric phenomenon called a cold air mirage. And no, this isn't sci-fi. It's real science. Here's what happened. The Titanic was traveling between two giant ocean currents, one warm, one freezing cold. That extreme temperature difference bent the light above the ocean in a very unusual way. Basically, the horizon appeared higher than it actually was. And between the real horizon and the fake one, there was a strange band of haze where objects lost contrast and became almost invisible. So the iceberg wasn't hidden by darkness, it was hidden by distorted light, which means the crew wasn't just not paying attention, they were looking directly into an optical illusion. And here's the craziest part. Other ships nearby that night also reported weird atmospheric conditions and strange visibility. Even the ship closest to Titanic, the Californian, may have completely misjudged how far away Titanic actually was because of the same mirage effect. So for decades, people accused them of ignoring Titanic. But now, scientists think the atmosphere itself distorted what they were seeing. And honestly, that's terrifying, because it means one of the deadliest disasters in history may have happened because reality itself looked wrong. But wait, it gets even crazier. In 2022, researchers created the first full-scale digital scan of the Titanic wreck. Over 700,000 images were used to build an exact 3D model. And this digital twin revealed things nobody had ever seen before. One of the biggest discoveries, the engineers aboard Titanic stayed at their posts until the very end. They kept the power running while the ship sank, which is why survivors said the light stayed on almost until the final moments, meaning those engineers knowingly sacrificed themselves so other people could escape. And another huge discovery completely changed what people believed about First Officer Murdoch. For years, rumors claimed he panicked and abandoned his post, but the wreck scan now suggests he was actually still trying to launch lifeboats when the ocean swallowed him. So the Titanic story we grew up hearing might have been wrong in a lot of ways. And here's the most chilling detail of all. The actual damage from the iceberg was surprisingly small. Not one giant tear. Just a series of tiny punctures along the hull. But it was enough to flood one extra compartment. And that one extra compartment doomed the entire ship. Think about that. One tiny difference, and the Titanic might have survived, which honestly makes the whole story feel even more tragic. Not because of one massive mistake, but because of dozens of tiny events lining up perfectly. A missing pair of binoculars, a weird atmospheric illusion, ice warnings delayed, calm water with no waves around the iceberg, one extra flooded compartment, and suddenly, the unsinkable ship was gone. I think that's why people are still obsessed with Titanic more than 100 years later. Because it doesn't feel like ancient history. It feels like a reminder that humans can build something incredible, and nature can still destroy it in one night. Also, imagine surviving all of that, only for the internet in 2025 to say, actually the sky was gaslighting everyone. That's insane. If you want more videos like this, subscribe, because this channel is basically becoming cute existential crises with pink headphones, and tell me in the comments, do you think Titanic was doomed from the start, or could it actually have been saved?